Dead of night. The forest was darker than usual that night. The moon, barely a sliver in the sky, offered little light through the dense branches of the ancient trees. The wind whispered like a voice just out of earshot, and the path behind Mia had long disappeared. She hadn't meant to wander so far. What started as a dare had turned into something else entirely. Her friends, Lena, Jake, and Sam, had egged her on. "Come on, just walk to the cabin and back," Jake had said. "It's only 10 minutes. But the cabin was not where it was supposed to be. Or perhaps she had taken a wrong turn. The trees all looked the same, and the deeper she went, firelight. Hope surged through her chest as she pushed through the undergrowth toward it. Maybe someone could help. Maybe she wasn't alone. The light came from a lantern, swaying gently on a hook in front of a small, rotting wooden cabin. Not the one from the dare. This one was older, like it had been abandoned for decades. Moss clung to the wood. The windows were fogged, and the door hung slightly open. Still, anything was better than the dark forest. Mia knocked gently. No answer. She pushed the door open with a creak that echoed through the trees behind her. Inside, the air was stale, heavy with the scent of mildew and something else. Something coppery, like blood. The furniture was covered in white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coated everything. "Hello?" she called. The floorboards groaned beneath her feet as she stepped in. The door creaked shut behind her on its own. That's when she heard it, a soft, slow breathing coming from upstairs. She froze. "Is someone there?" she asked, voice barely more than a whisper. No answer. The breathing stopped. She should have run. Every instinct in her screamed to leave, but something compelled her forward. Curiosity, fear, something unseen. The stairs were steep, and with each step, the air grew colder. At the top was a narrow hallway lined with old portraits, their eyes seeming to follow her as she passed. At the end of the hall, a door was cracked open. Inside was a bedroom. The bed was neatly made, as if someone still lived there. A music box sat on the dresser, slowly playing a haunting lullaby, even though its lid was closed. And sitting on the bed was a woman in a faded white dress. Her back was to Mia, her long black hair falling in tangled waves down her spine. "I'm sorry," Mia said. "I was lost and..." The woman didn't move. Mia took a step forward. "Do you live here? I need help." The woman's head tilted slightly, and the music box stopped. Without turning around, she spoke. "You shouldn't be here." Mia's skin prickled with goosebumps. "I didn't mean to trespass. I just got lost in the woods." The woman stood slowly, her movement stiff, unnatural. "You were not lost," she said. "You were brought." Then she turned. Her face was pale, almost translucent, with hollow eyes black as night. Blood dripped from the corners of her mouth, and her smile stretched too wide for her face. Mia screamed and backed away, tripping over the threshold as the woman lunged. The hallway lights blinked and died, and the air grew ice cold. She scrambled down the stairs, nearly falling. The front door wouldn't open. She pulled, kicked, screamed, but it was stuck fast. Then she saw it in the corner of the living room. A mirror, cracked and covered in cobwebs. In the reflection, the woman was right behind her. But when Mia turned, no one was there. She ran to the window and smashed it with a chair. Glass shattered, but there was no opening, just darkness beyond, like the forest had vanished, trapped. Suddenly, the music box began playing again upstairs, and then the whispering started. Low, guttural voices, dozens of them, whispering her name. "Mia, Mia, come play." She backed into the corner, heart pounding so hard it hurt. "I don't want to play," she cried. The whispering stopped, then silence. For a moment, she thought maybe it was over. But then the lantern outside the cabin went out, pitch black. A new voice whispered, this time from behind her ear. "You're mine now." The cabin vanished. She was in the forest again, but everything had changed. The trees were twisted, their branches reaching like skeletal fingers. The path was gone, and a dense fog covered the ground. And then she saw them. Dozens of figures in white dresses, hair hanging over their faces, standing still between the trees. Mia ran. She didn't know where, but anywhere was better than here. Her feet bled from roots and stones, her breath came in sobs, and still she ran. She tripped and fell into a shallow creek. Mud covered her hands as she crawled out, and then she heard laughter. Childlike, she turned. There in the fog was the woman again. But this time, she wasn't alone. Children, pale and silent, clung to her dress, all with hollow black eyes. "We've been waiting," the woman said. Mia screamed. 1 week later, the search party found Mia's phone at the edge of the forest. The last video showed her running, panting in the dark, whispering, "It's behind me. It won't let me go." Then static. They never found her body. But every year on that same night, the same message appears on the forest ranger's radio. "You're mine now." Let me know